I've gotten a lot of concerns of people telling me they can't move on because it's very difficult for them to forgive their offenders. Now, I'll repeat this. I wasn't able to reply. Now, for those I haven't replied, I wasn't able to reply to a lot of people because I was feeling like I was repeating myself. So I thought maybe I'd just talk about it, and then you people will get the information from here. Now, remember, the opposite of moving on is revenge. So if you are not working on moving on, then you are focused on revenge. And remember, revenge prolongs the emotional investment on the offender. It prolongs the emotional investment on the heart, on whatever happened to you. Unaona? That's why unapata it's very difficult for you to move on, because you're still focused on that attachment. You're still stuck on the retribution. You're still fixed on the offender and the harm they did to you. Unaona? That's why moving on becomes difficult. You know? So, on the moving on, remember, it's all about you. Forgiveness is not a factor. It is not a requirement for you to forgive someone. For you to forgive someone, so you move on. Moving on doesn't require forgiveness. You see, this forgiveness inakuja later on. Once you've actually forgiven yourself, once you've freed yourself from this negativity you have with this person, once you've freed yourself from this fixation you have with this offender of yours. Then now, after that, once you freed yourself, then now you'll have moved on. Then from there, then it's a noble choice. Forgiveness is a noble choice. You can decide to forgive them. But it is not a requirement for you to forgive them is when now you move on. Watu wengine wameenda places zingine, for you to move on, you have to forgive those people. You are from heart. You are from heart. You have, first of all, to release yourself from that heart. So, hawezi kuja tu useme, now I want to forgive you. You are a human. It's not, things just don't happen easily like that. Otherwise, if things were easy like that, then hatungekuwa na wars, hatungekuwa hata na revenge. But things are not easy like that. So, instead of you focusing on whether you should forgive your offender or not, focus on yourself. Focus so that you can forgive yourself for the choices you made. Once you've learned how to forgive yourself, that's when you'll know how to forgive other people. But don't make forgiveness a factor whenever you need to move on. Don't make forgiveness a factor whenever you need to heal. Forgiveness is not a factor. It is not a requirement for you to heal or to move on. So those who are struggling with moving on, remember, moving on is all about you. It is not about your offender. It is not about anyone around you. Moving on is all about you. It is all about freeing yourself from this emotional restraint with this person, with this offender. It is about you being independent and not being manipulated by any other person. Moving on means you being on your own and okay with it. So yeah, people, please don't hold yourself back, because if you're not moving on, then my friend, you're bringing yourself for revenge. If you're not moving on, my people, then it's revenge. So instead of you being fixated on this person still, instead of you still waiting maybe to get back at them, in short, you're still stuck with them. These people are still in control of you. That's why you're still there. Instead of you doing all that, bro, enter this self-healing journey. It's for you. Moving on is for you. Guys, remember, moving on is for you. It's not for anyone else. It's for you. My people, heal.